Back Road Ministry, the world premiere, Mr. Mahdi coming back at you live and direct from the Kia Optima Studios. So I did a video on this whole new infatuation by the elite with the term woke, and how now they kind of twisted it and manipulated it into making it be a statement that is a bad thing. And they did it on purpose. They did it on purpose, first of all, to discredit members of the truth community, but, you know, even going deeper than that. So, you know, 5% Nation used to talk about, you know, 5% of the world being woke, 5% of the world being, the other 95% being what we call deaf, dumb, and blind, not really understanding or overstanding anything that's going on in the world, not seeing the realities of the world. And now this so-called woke culture sees the reality that so-called there's not enough diversity, there's not enough focus on the LGBTQ RS community in movies, television, and everyday life, that, you know, Sodom and Gomorrah must rule. In other words, that's all it is. So let's call it what it is. That Sodom and Gomorrah must rule. So they're saying you need to be woke for these things to happen. Then we got the Black Lives Matter, to us only when they matter, movement going on. So a lot of stuff going on. But they're saying that these people now are woke. And it's woke society that's a part of cancel culture. But it's not true. It's the elite that are behind cancel culture. It's the elite that are backing Sodom and Gomorrah, Sodom and Gomorrah's rebirth on the earth. It's the elite doing all that stuff. Because the elite are always going to be against the gods. That's just their job, to be against the gods. And that's who they are and what they are. You know what I'm saying? Don't think for 1 minute that the elite, you know, care anything about the gods. They don't. And they know the gods are coming. So they claim that, you know, being woke is bad because they need being woke to be bad, and they need people not to understand what it means to truly be woke. Truly be woke means that the veil of ignorance has been lifted from your head, that you actually do see like an amazing grace. You're not mocking the song like Barack Obama was at the funeral of a senator in South Carolina. You do see. But what are you seeing? Barack, in that song, his verse, he was seeing evil for what it was, meaning he had totally sold his soul to the devil, and now he was in the game. He was officially a member. Some of us are going to see good for what it is. We're going to see evil for what it is, where we're ready to fight those evils. We're saying certain things that this so-called woke society does not like. When I talk about vaccinations and facts about it, they shut off my channel because I'm woke. I see right through the lie. And I try to break down the things that I see, but they don't want that. They want you to still be asleep, so they're allowed to do whatever they want to do to you. That's how the elite work. They're allowed to educate your children how they want to educate your children, have you arguing on how you're going to educate your own children via in school, or what type of topics are appropriate for your children at 8, 9. They want your children to accept all topics at 8 and 9 and be sexual by 10, so then they can pervert your children. It's the type of society that we live in. Like we say, we're coming out of this Masonic mass ritual. And that's what it is. We're in the time of ritual, the time of plagues, the time of spiritual warfare. And the spirit is what's being polluted right now. The shot pollutes the body, and the information pollutes the mind and the soul. That's what his job is. And it continues that affliction for those of us who struggle from those afflictions of the soul. And, you know, they call it woke society, whereas, you know, they're going to push agendas that sell Sodom and Gomorrah, or sell this so-called love of people of color, which they don't love people of color. They want to destroy people of color. And the easiest way to destroy a person is to, hey, act like you're their friend. If you truly want to destroy somebody, the easiest way to destroy and manipulate a situation is to act like you care about that person. Or we care about Asians, we care about African Americans now. Shit, we care about the LGBTQ community. No, they don't. No, they don't. They're just making lists. They're making lists of members of that community. And once they have the list that they need, they're going to eradicate that community. If you think they're not, you're crazy. That's an eradication list. They're making lists. They're making certain things legal, so now they can have a census of how many individuals in this country are a member of those communities, and when they're ready to eradicate them for the next agenda, they will. So don't think for 1 minute that these sicklings have you at heart when they put their plans in place. And right now, you know, everybody's still asleep. There's nobody woke. Everybody's still asleep, especially the people who say they're woke. And you know what? They're not lying. They are woke. They're woke. They're woke to the bullshit that they've been serving on a plate for years. They're woke to that. They now understand that through evil manipulation, we can control the minds of the people. Now, we're going to rework entertainment. We're going to rework sports. We're going to rework music. They got Nas X bowing down to the devil in a song, and black folks are defending Nas X, who's pretty much pledging his allegiance to the elite and the satanic committee. Yet African Americans run to his rescue like, oh, leave him alone, leave him alone. The LGBT community run to his rescue when that boy probably isn't even gay. He might just be doing it for money. You don't know if he's gay. Just because a guy says he's gay don't mean he's gay. He could just be doing it for the money. Just baiting in members of that community. And in the African American community, that's what a lot of that's been going on. Feminizing the African American male. You don't even see the African American male anymore. That's what being woke is, seeing what the hell is actually going on in front of you. But we're not seeing that. We're seeing what we want to see. So this woke culture that they got is a fake culture. They're woke. They're woke and full of evil. Their agenda is woke. That agenda of Sodom and Gomorrah, the agenda of destruction. Remember, Sodom and Gomorrah is more than just LGBTQ and all this other crap. It's open destruction of the soul because it was an impure, unclean place where nothing was respected. Nothing was taken as sacred. Love was disrespected. Love was made into just sex and filth. It had nothing to do with the unity or the unification of energies. Because that's what love truly is. At the end, when you love your partner, you hope to get to the point of unification. Not, I just jump from one partner to another like a wild dog just humping in the forest. That's not what love is about. Love is pure. It's supposed to be pure. But in this woke society, love is filthy. It's nasty. It's tainted. It has to be tainted. It has to be made diluted. It's kind of like if you ever seen the movie The Golden Child, to destroy that child, he must be unpure. He had to be unpure to be destroyed. And they used everything in their power to pollute him. And they tried to make him eat oatmeal with blood in it, other people's blood that they murdered to pollute him. And that's what's going on. They must pollute the 144, the spiritual, the ones with power. Those of us who are trying to overcome our pollution, we still battle on a day-to-day to cleanse ourselves of the demons that are inside of our bodies. This is real talk. That's why we say this is not a game. This is serious stuff. This is serious stuff. And mentally, you must be prepared for this type of warfare. Some of us are still trying to mentally fight for our souls. We lost our souls years ago. We're trying to battle to get it back. We're willing to give our soul and our life for the Creator so that our people can be free. So, woke society means lifting the veil of ignorance. And these folks haven't lifted the veil of ignorance. If anything, what they're doing is putting the veil of ignorance back on your face, keeping your mind clouded, keeping you wearing masks, keeping you doing everything in their power to keep you inside of the sickness of their soul. The masked person, the person you can't see. They have no identity. We wear the mask that grins and lies, and we want to be able to take off that mask to show the world who we really are, not to hide ourselves. But that's the whole thing. Hiding in plain sight. Hiding in plain sight. Being evil in plain sight now. So definitely don't eat up these things when you see certain terms slapped on things by the media. And, you know, social media, people on social media, watch some of the stuff that they're trying to expose you to. Those folks are not woke. Those folks are selling an agenda, and it's a twisted and sick agenda, but it's their agenda that they want to sell. So you need to wake up and see what the agenda is. So the people who are saying these people are woke are the people who need to wake up, because they are the ones who need to really truly see this agenda for what it is. Mr. Mahdi, peace and hair grease.